Yes, hello. This is BentlBuilds and welcome to Red River in Cities Skylines. We've got a lot to do today. So, first things first, you'll notice we've got a bunch of people whining about their garbage situation. Apparently, this one little recycling center is not doing it for them any longer, which is obnoxious, but we're gonna handle it. I downloaded the waste to energy plant with no pollution except for noise pollution, so I think that will be an excellent starting point. I'm going to put it kind of on this diagonal right here, so hopefully it's only by these businesses, so hopefully it'll keep people a little less whiny about the noise. It is a chunky building, but hopefully that'll help solve some issues. Now, just looking at this, I noticed this little spot looks a little naked, so I want to just pop a couple little trees in there, make it look a little less sad. Cute. Yeah, just think I look at the tree, Anyways, that's a lot better. Cute. The smokestack was in the way. Okay, so this is what we've got for Red Cliff. We're just gonna let that be right now because we're coming back to Red River, and I want to show you guys, look what I did. I figured out the bridge, and I am actually really happy with how it turned out. I was being kind of a big dumb idiot last time, because I was trying to make it loop this way, but then it's on a slant, so then it just made more sense to use the hill to my favor. So it comes over here, and then I just laid some of the light groundwork for how this area is going to work as far as streets go. You can see right here there will be a bus lane that kind of loops around the side of the hill, but the rest of the roads will be just pedestrian paths, and I think it'll look awesome. So the main goal for today is basically just going to be getting downtown, like this whole area, kind of figured out how I want it to go and just looking nice. So we're going to get started on that. I am kind of at a loss as to where to even start on this. There's so many possibilities, and most of them, I don't like how that looks. Never mind, we're not going to do that. That was just a little test, just a cute little experiment. Because there's not going to be a set grid or anything like that, a lot of what I'm going to be doing is very abstract. I can just do whatever it is that I want to do. And it's just a lot to figure out. So that's kind of what is happening here. I think I'm going to extend these roads out just as normal. And for sure some of these will be crossing the river. This road here that I dead-ended, I don't want it to intersect with the highway, and I also don't want it to intersect with this road so close to the intersection. But what I might do, and this may be an unpopular move, but I don't care because I think it might be kind of cool, is I'm going to do a little roundabout situation right here. So it's going to be really fun. This is my go-to roundabout method. It's just to bring the roads out so it's 4x4 on every side, and then find your one way, ideally a cute one way so it's not too big of a bummer, and then just pop it right on around, and then come back, connect up the roads. I have found that it is most helpful to connect your roads up before you delete what's in the middle, because if you don't, sometimes things get a little messed up and it's a big bummer. We're gonna not let that happen, although we might have to, because this, I didn't think this through. Hold on. So, maybe I'll try to delete this, see if that'll get me anywhere. Let's try it. There it is, okay. So, I can just go straight out then. See, this is what I was talking about, things getting a little wonky. Which sucks, but it's fine. Because we can go back in and fix it. Which is perfect. Just kinda gotta kinda eyeball it. And then actually this works out because with that intersection where I placed it, it's a pretty natural spot for that one to come in. The concern here, I guess, would be that, you know, all of these are fairly close to each other, but where there's, you know, 2 lanes, I think it would be fine. Then I want to do a larger road coming off of that roundabout on the side that has nothing on it. Yeah, so I want to do a more major street. We can just put it the same one way as what I usually do. Actually, I think I'll just go ahead and do this bridge. And I want to do the same thing as I always do, make sure it's nice and flat. I wonder. Yeah, okay, I want it to look really classy. And that is a classy bridge, if I do say so myself. Just bring that on out. Absolutely. I think that looks kind of awesome. And then this road will line up with these roads over here. So it's all somewhat cohesive, but it's not, you know, like completely all the same, basically. So that's kind of what we're doing over here. And like I said, there's going to be so many bridges over this river just because it's little and it's going to be kind of right in the middle of the city. I definitely think that as time goes on, there's going to end up being, you know, a wall like this along most of this, at least from this little dam down, because this river is not going to be, you know, for recreation. That will be a little more limited access. It might be something like the Chicago River, where, you know, there's stuff that can, like, there's little parks that go down and stuff. That's the plan. That's the idea that I'm going for. The next activity for us is going to be bringing these roads out this way. And I think what I want to do is just kind of have these. Okay, this is going to be kind of an interesting thing because these aren't going to line up well. Like, the angle won't line up well with this other road that's kind of more on the diagonal. But this is probably going to be sort of the transfer point between, I mean, I said I wouldn't be doing grids, but like, I mean, any city sort of develops into a grid, so it'll be kind of the transition between this grid and this one. Again, not that it's going to be super strict, just that's a pretty natural way for cities to end up being laid out. So, and then actually my thought is once they come to this point, I am probably gonna have them kind of combine as like one larger road, but I think I want this road to be kind of a larger thoroughfare anyway, so I'm just gonna pop in and give it the right of way right there. Just keep things interesting, you know? That's the way to do it. And this one will go straight through like that. Love it. And I really have no idea where I want this road to kind of end off, so I'm just gonna bring it up close to that one and call it a day for now. I'll burn that bridge when I get to it. But for over here, it's gonna be a lot more of the same, kind of a similar idea as what I was doing in here. I definitely want to have the pedestrian road concept continue onto this new block. I just want to see how much space I'm working with. It's not going to be totally perfect in here as far as like distances, but roughly like that, maybe a little less. But the idea is basically just like, you know, people have cars, they're gonna drive. That's how it goes, but also it'll be good to make sure that there's like an easy way for people who would like to walk that they can without having to encounter cars, you know, every step of their journey. On this side, because this is a little further away than it was over here, I might try again to do just a regular bridge over this road. I want to do everything I can to avoid having pedestrians have to be crossing this road, because it's still, I mean, it's only 2 lanes in each direction. Like, it wouldn't be the biggest deal, but I don't even want it to be a conflict at all. I just want the pedestrian traffic to be as free-flowing as possible, like that. Which, okay, looking at this, I don't know that I love how this looks. It just feels really wide to me compared to this one. Like, this feels a little more natural and like realistic to what it might be. So it is still going to be a straight shot, but it's going to be a path like this rather than this whole road situation. So I don't remember where it is. Now I remember. Okay, so we're gonna just bring this right in there, and it lines up perfectly. Incredible. And I'm gonna put this over. That's probably higher than it needs to be. Cute. I just want to make sure it's pretty even looking. Actually, new plan. On this side, I might do the same sort of circle ramp, just because, you know, the roads over here are going to be a little different, so I want to try and maximize that space as much as possible. But at the very least, we've got this bridge. We're all set there. So we've got that. And then we'll come in here. This guy. the really fun the fun thing about this is like I really have no concept of like exactly how long each one of these blocks is, which usually I'm very nitpicky about that. So to not be doing that is a little obnoxious, and I can tell that the block lengths are not completely consistent, which I'm gonna pretend doesn't bug me. I can't pretend it doesn't bug me. It bugs me too much. I am so sorry. There's just nothing I can do. I have to keep things at least a little bit, visually pleasing, or else I might really struggle. So this road will intersect because it's going to be a more major road. We'll come all the way through because this whole zone over here is going to be mostly pedestrian area, but over here is going to be where downtown sits. So it is going to be a little bit different as far as like what the pattern is doing. And that's okay. We love some diversity in the road layouts or whatever. So this right here, I'm gonna have that road end. So this is just gonna end up being hold on, I didn't think that part through, because I wanted this to be like a more major road with a bridge that crosses, but I don't want it to just dead end right here. So what I will do is kind of allow that one to have an intersection on this road, and then the pedestrian path will just go to the sidewalk at that intersection point. I think that will be just fine, and I will probably go in and clean that up later, but that's going to be basically where it goes. Next thing, this road will come across, and that's like a little close for comfort with the intersection length, but it'll be fine. There could be a stop sign there. It's not going to continue through. It'll be okay. I am telling myself that. I want to bring this one out. And same idea with the pedestrian path. Just gonna bring it up to there. And this is where we're gonna get a little bit crazy. I have been planning this part of it out for a minute, and I think this is going to be the most appropriate location for it. Actually, if anything, the correct location would have been right in here, so I might fix that, possibly. Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be just totally great. So I'll bring this out that much, and there it is. We're gonna have some one-way going on because we can. And I want it to line up really nice, of course. Gotta make sure that all of this just fits really great. And it is not. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Make the intersection direction, and then bring this back that way. Oops. That is one of the most important things about this game, is that where there's a will, there's a way, and it is always possible to cheat the game if necessary. Like, no problem. You can make it happen. So I'm gonna come over here. This is gonna just be to get the reference for how far over it'll go. And okay, so naturally it'll be the dual one-way roads that run along next to each other. You know, most big cities have that, or you know, at least some variation of that. But the idea that I had for these is a little bit, it's on the unique side, you could say. So we're not gonna fully get to what I'm doing with these yet, but I do have a plan, which is always a scary sign, but in theory, it'll turn out pretty cool. So I've got those ready, and these I'll go ahead and extend these right out. You're gonna kind of get a vision of what, or I guess a sneak at what my plan is. Once this road crosses the river, it'll kind of, you know, do that whole situation. So we've got that going. And then the next thing that is pretty important is to make room for the train to come in. So I am going to do the same thing as I did with the City Hall. I'm going to put in the station that I want to use, not because it's going to stay, but just so I can have it for reference. I want to use this Union Station asset because I think it's super awesome. And it actually fits in that block really well, but I don't know. Like, it's so big that I don't know if it really will be the best choice. I wonder. Let me see how it looks over here. Yeah, that's just, I mean, it's such a cool building. It's just not super ideal for it to go there. Okay. I wonder. Okay, the only spot I can really go is like right around in there, which is not really where I want it to be. So we can try it out with the regular flavor train station. Actually, I've got several downloaded in here, but I want the one that is, this is an end station, and this is one that they can pass through. What I think could work is if I have this set up so that all of the rail lines kind of do terminate in this downtown area. The problem is that I'll have a line coming from this way. I'll have a line coming, you know, kind of from this way. There'll be one, you know, out this way. So yeah, but I like the idea of having it end. I just don't think it is that practical or possible, to be honest. So, I just really want to find a way to make that Union Station asset work. I think it's so cool. I wonder, actually, if I come in here, oh, now we're cooking. This might be a really dumb failed experiment, or this could solve the problem. We will see. Because I also feel like this needs to line up with a road. Like it deserves to be kind of a focal point. So, okay. So I took out the bridge, but yep, okay. That is gonna go there. Period, end of story. I love that a lot. And then what I'll do is, you know, because I totally took out the bridge that I barely put in, I will definitely do a little loop like this, just kind of the other way. And then that will mean that pedestrian access to the station will still be really easy from either one of these pedestrian roads without having to cross this highway at a surface, like at the surface level. So just trying to like gather myself and figure out how I want to go about doing this. So come here. I also am not sure like exactly what it will allow me to do. Okay, so we'll do it like that. I don't love that it won't connect like that. So I wonder if I do it this way. Will it? No, it still tries to connect to the sidewalk. You know what? It'll be fine. It'll just have to be fine. Gosh dang it. Okay. So I want this to be straight for a little bit. And then it will make first turn, a little elevation gain, and then a little more, and then, nuts. I was on the right track, my head was in the right spot. I just didn't quite get there. So, alright, so I want to see 4. Last time I did less than that. It was doing Z. Oh. I'm struggling with this. Okay, 4. Okay, now we are cooking beyond. Oh man, okay. I am just killing it. Okay, yeah. Oh, come on, we're gonna turn off the lines on this. There we go. That's what I wanted. Just a little, but now we want them on, so I can make sure it's lining up with that piece I put in. And then one more bit of elevation. And ta-da! We got it. And then bring her down. Yeah. That looks pretty freaking good. Not to brag or anything. I am impressed with how that turned out. But yeah, so now, if you're a little pedestrian, you can just wander across this bridge straight to the station. So easy. So breezy. So beautiful. Cover girl. Yes. That is what this is. Okay. So this road will come across, you know, just right there. What if? This is crazy. We're going rogue. I think what I might do is have this block right here be a park, because it's just a weird spot, and I mean, it's pretty close to this, but it's fine. There's no such thing as too many parks. And anyone who tells you otherwise is a big ol' liar. So I think the way I want to do this, well, I'll just go in and give it the little park designation. Cute. I love that. Just a little autumn park. We're not going to do that. We are going to call it Union Park because, you know, Union Station. We're going to take Kansas City out of the name of this, though. It's just Union Station. That's it. Then Union Park. That is great. And then the path that I was going to do is basically just going to mirror what I did on this side, just on the other side, for easy access to the station from the park. Actually, I won't do that, but only because there is going to be this crosswalk here, and I feel like it can kind of be designated as, like, you know, a crosswalk that is a little more, it's safer. What I'll do, this is genius, what I've just thought of. We're gonna just kind of give that a median, and then that way there's a little protected median there for all of the little pedestrians. So nice, so cute. Actually, I am just gonna bring it all the way. This whole section can be with a median so that can be protected, and will further encourage pedestrians to use crosswalks and the bridges and not, you know, cross in places where it is unsafe. And then to further encourage that, I am going to put the main gate for this park. Actually, here's a dumb complaint. All of the park gates that I can find are like 3, like they're odd numbers, like odd number of blocks, and so they never quite line up with the road that I want them to, and it's irritating. And I know there's probably a way around that, but at this time I have not figured it out. But it's okay. We're gonna survive. And then for the side gates, we will have one here and here. And then on either end. And I mean, so obviously this path just will go straight across. And then we will do, you know, grand fountain vibes in the middle. Have things looking real nice, real spiffy. And then to kind of make this, oh, I hit the wrong thing. To make this feel like, you know, intended for pedestrians and help like direct them to where they need to be going, we'll put in the paths like this. So it's, you know, they're walking in the direction that would be like natural for, you know, needing to cross the road. These crosswalks over here. And then we'll do a fun little path just on the top of the park, or on the top of the fountain. Wait a minute. I want to do one in between those two paths. Just for fun. Oh, but it's gonna be dumb about the angles. Okay. Maybe we might come back to that fountain. I just want to see if there's any better options. Like that, I mean, that needs to be roadside, but that is kind of a cool one. Same with this. Cool. So we'll stick with the fountain over here. And I just don't really like the way that this looks. So I'm gonna rethink. I mean, the basic idea is gonna stay the same. I'm just gonna rework it a little bit so it looks nicer. Put that there, maybe. I want to see what that is, like what it looks like. We're gonna not on that one. So, new plan is going to be as follows. Come in here, line up the paths like I did, and then bring them diagonally that way. So it's slightly less direct, but it also looks slightly less crazy. Which is a very important criteria, is that it needs to not look crazy. Or if it is going to look crazy, it can only look slightly crazy. You know? So I think that works a lot better. And this will also allow me to add a few more just path connections in here to make pedestrianing? Sure. To make being a pedestrian just as easy as possible for the people who are doing that. We'll have a little bathroom. Well, we can do the bathroom close to the entrance. And I, once again, am gonna go ahead and do a cafe in this park, but it's gonna go on a corner. I just, for some reason, really like that concept, so I'm gonna run with it. And I will detail this park more a little later, but that's gonna be the basic idea, and then we can just pretend together that this lines up correctly. Because that really irritates me, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So, there we go. There's Union Park, Union Station. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and add the rail, or at least like the first track in to this area to make sure I am giving everything the room it needs. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I am not sure that there's gonna be a way to totally avoid a road crossing unless things are going underground a little bit, which I'm not opposed to necessarily. It's just, I'm having to do some additional thinking here. Yeah, you know what? I think that will be fine, at least for some of them. I don't think that all of the lines are going to be used at the station. Like, I think that this is a lot. So, you know, we'll just see what happens with that part. But yeah, I'm very doubtful that I will have enough lines running into downtown to warrant using all of those, but I will for sure have some. So that is what we're gonna go with. We'll just roll with it. And then this will come across the river. Okay, so it'll just go straight across the river. No nonsense, just no nonsense, just vibes. Yeah. That will probably change later, but I just, wasn't planning on working on that, but it's, it'll work. It's worth it because that building is so cool. And just saying that when I have things, built up a little more, and there's, more buildings, it'll be like Union Station and then the mountain, like right there. Like it'll be a really cool sideline for it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We did make some progress. We for sure got somewhere on this. So yeah, I'll see you next time.